Hey guys, it's the Crypto Cowboy. We are on Friday afternoon at about 3:30 here Chicago time on the 22nd of November, and coming to you with this weekly wrap-up, weekly video update on YouTube. And this is following pretty much the drop that we've had overnight and early this morning in Bitcoin, where the price made new lows, and we've come as low as 6770, 6800 before finding a little bit of a bid, and we've rallied just slightly on the smaller time frames. Okay, so what I have for you for today is I have basically three counts. They all kind of resume in the same direction, which is up. And if you're new to the channel, you know that we're counting basically this whole rise since the December lows in 2018 as a wave one. And we are looking for a fifth wave on a larger time frame in Bitcoin to go up, way above $20,000. So this is basically the wave one of that larger structure. And we pull back in this wave two, and we are about to embark in a larger trend in a wave three and then four and five to complete the larger fifth pattern. Now on larger time frame, there are a couple of variations where you could be in a wave five, or you could be basically in a wave B of a flat. And there are several things that can happen once we pass, let's say, 20,000, but we'll worry about it once that happens. So basically what I have for you is I have a wave one, followed by a wave two. And in this wave count, which I call the green count, I modified it slightly, basically to allow for the new count, because the original count was invalidated. We were thinking that this rise up following those China news was going to be a wave one. And then we were looking for this market to correct in a second wave. The corrections, and that's why, you guys have to be careful, or anybody that trades markets and is looking to buy pullbacks and corrections. They're all nice and dandy until, they fail on you and they go lower, or they correct even more. So you always have to look for price confirmation, which is once it hits a certain level, or a 618 or a 50% or a 786, you have to look for a confirmation higher, take the highs of a previous high, and then possibly a five wave move in the other direction, and then you start getting confirmation that the market is actually turning. Otherwise, you can find yourself fighting a correction that never ends and then turns into an impulse somehow, and you get shaken up of your position. So it's something I've learned over time, where as much as you would love to buy on pullbacks and corrections, those things can extend and, get larger. So always look for price confirmation. And, if, as a suggestion from my years of trading, if you're buying a pullback, maybe split your position, let's say, into four different sizes, and then you get a quarter in one level, you get another quarter, and you kind of wait and see if the market gives you the confirmation and it moves above a certain point, and you consider it's the right point on a rally, then you can deploy the rest of your capital, because now you have confirmation. So always be cautious on this. Anyway, basically the move down in this one, it's a double. It's a double tree correction, right? You have a wave W here, you have a flat, and then you have a triangle in wave X, and now you have a flat into this wave Y, where you have an A move down. You have basically a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for A, then you have a sharp rally in B, and then you have another move down in C wave. This is either complete or very close to completion, but basically we've tagged the bottom of this trend line. And if I go on the 6-hour chart, you can see that I've kind of tried to subdivide the waves down here, and we'll take a look at the candles in a little while, where we have a nice rejection of this trend line. But again, we need confirmation. For that, I would love the market to go above this wave 4, and then somewhere above this 8600 level area. I would love the market to see I would love to see the market go above these points, so we can get a confirmation that the low is in place. Definitely, to get even more confidence, we got to break up this trend line. I can even kind of play with this channel a little bit more and then just use this one as a reference. And if we're getting above this one, then there'll be more confidence that the market has found a major low down here. Until then, we're susceptible to more lows, because on the first look down here, it doesn't look like the move is complete. We have a series of 1-2s, 1-2s, and that's why we have this sharp drop in a wave 3. Now this could be an extended fifth of a lower degree, where you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But I think we still might have to do a fourth and a fifth to complete a third, and then another 4 and a fifth to get a proportional correction in a wave 4 compared with this wave 2 down here. And then we do another low before we start rallying, actually. So I think the market is going to toy with traders' psychology here a little bit better. It's going to grind and try to shake some more people out, maybe make a few more lows before we can find a bottom here and we can start rallying. So I would continue to be cautious, and even though the trend line here can provide support, I would look definitely for confirmation of a price. I will look for a move up after we reach a low up here in 5 waves, and then buy in a pullback, and then we can break up higher. So just stay patient and just pay attention to the price action into these levels. All right, so this is the green count, and then I'm going to go to the pink count, where we have basically this move down here. It's another connector wave where we have a WX, and this is a wave Y, where you have basically an A, B, and C down in Y, another connector X, and now we're doing another A, B, C down. And as a matter of proportions, and I'll show you the other count where actually this Z wave comes much closer down here, because you can have an ABC down. This one calls for a larger, more proportional move in an ABC, where you have wave A almost complete or very close to completion. You have an 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for a wave A. Then we pull up possibly between 50 and 60% of this whole move to the top side. And then we can fool, the market can fool a bunch of investors thinking that we're actually breaking up higher and we're moving up, right? So that's why I'm saying without going above the top of this trend line of this channel, I don't want to be too excited on the long side until we're getting a confirmation. So let's say even above 9,500. So if this ends up just being a B wave, and the way you kind of think about it and the way you look at it is, if it's in 3 waves move down here, then it more than likely would be a B wave. If it's a 5-wave move and it's kind of nice and impulsive, then maybe more than likely we have find a low and we're starting to develop a new bullish uptrend. So anyway, if it's going to be a B wave, then you expect a C down. This one should be pretty sharp. Should throw a few more knives right into the hearts of crypto lovers. Then we're pulling back into this C wave, ends up the wave 2 at 100% traveled between wave 1 and wave 2, and then we start moving up higher. All right, so this is this pink count as well. And then I have another one right here, which is the red count, where I'm going to go on a daily. And then basically this one says that we are pretty close to completion, where you have a WXY, another X here in a flat ABC. And then you come down and you're doing the Z wave as part of 2. And then this wave is basically an A. It's a B flat in here, or a triangle, some sort of a triangle in B, and then an extended C wave down in a, again, in a pretty clean here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 up in 4, and down into an extended 5th to complete the 3rd wave. Now we're doing a smaller 4th wave somewhere down here. To kind of, match with this one, maybe a triangle. The market can come back down and spend a little bit of time on the clock, and then sharp down in 5 to complete C of Z of larger 2, and then we go to the top side. Now I want to remind you that we are having these fib zones at 50% and 618% of this whole move up since those December lows last year, right? So this whole move, it's a wave 1 and then wave 2s. As we know, ideally they pull back into the 618. So if the market wants to tag this line, it's going to be perfectly fine. And even if it goes to 786, it's nothing ridiculous about it. That comes at about 43.40, and I know it might be painful, but this is what the markets do. So I wouldn't be surprised, and I'm not going to be shocked if the markets pull into that 786. Now they don't have to go all the way down there, right? 50 and 618, are pretty, and especially the 618. It's the most common wave pullback for a wave 2. It's the most common fib zone for a wave 2 pullback. Anyway, I guess you get my point. The idea remains with all these 3-wave counts that we are getting a rally following all this. The move is nicely continuing with these parallel lines. It's overlapping, and it has all the characteristics of a corrective price action. So let's wait for it to finish. We're going to look for signs of impulse off the lows, and then we'll embark on a nice bullish run. All right, so that's all I have for today, guys. Give me some thumbs up on the channel, subscribe, come visit us in our crypto room on the Telegram channel. Also, check me out on TradingView, and I'll talk to you guys next week. All right, thanks, bye.